This video is for educational and informational purposes only. Please always consult your family doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your diet, lifestyle, or exercise routine.
Hello my dear senior friends. If you've noticed yourself gripping the banister a little harder before you take the stairs, or if you find yourself pausing at the edge of the sidewalk, quietly calculating whether your knees will actually hold you when you step down, I want you to know something important right away. You are not imagining this. You are not just getting older. Your body is sending you a very specific, very fixable signal, and today I'm going to walk you through exactly how to answer it. I'm a medical practitioner, and I've spent 35 years working alongside people just like you, people who never had a knee problem in their 50s and suddenly, somewhere after 60, started to feel unsteady doing things that used to be effortless. Standing up from the couch. Turning quickly to answer the phone. Stepping off a curb without thinking twice. If any of that sounds familiar, please stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't a quick fix or a gimmick. It's a set of 5 gentle, evidence-informed movements that researchers have studied specifically in people over 60, and the results are honestly remarkable. We're talking about real improvements in balance, stability, and comfort, achieved not through surgery, not through injections, and not through another pill, but through simply reteaching a handful of muscles how to do their job again. And I know how isolating this can feel. Maybe you've quietly stopped offering to walk the grandkids to the park. Maybe you've skipped a family gathering because you weren't sure you could manage the stairs at the venue, or you've started parking as close as possible to every entrance just to shorten the distance you have to walk. None of that makes you fragile, and none of it means this is simply your new normal. It means your body is asking for a very specific kind of attention, and the wonderful thing is, that attention doesn't require a gym membership, expensive equipment, or hours of your day. It requires about 15 minutes, a sturdy chair or countertop, and a little patience with yourself as these muscles slowly come back online. Here is the part almost nobody explains clearly, so let's slow down for a moment. Your knee is not really the problem. Your knee is the messenger. Underneath your kneecap and wrapped around that joint is a whole support team of muscles, your quadriceps in front, your hamstrings behind, and a group of muscles along the outer hip that most people have never even heard of, called the hip abductors. When you were younger, that entire support team fired automatically, instantly, without you ever thinking about it. But muscle activity naturally quiets down with age if it isn't deliberately maintained, and when those support muscles go quiet, your knee joint is left absorbing forces it was never built to handle on its own. That's when you start to feel that telltale wobble, that catch of pain going up or down stairs, that instinct to reach for something solid before you trust your own legs. Researchers at the National Institute on Aging tracked several hundred adults over 60 dealing with ongoing knee discomfort, and what they found reframes the whole issue. A striking majority of those participants had knee joints that looked structurally healthy on imaging scans. Their pain wasn't coming from damage inside the joint. It was coming from weakened, underused muscles surrounding it. And when those muscles were retrained with targeted, low-impact exercises, discomfort scores dropped substantially within a couple of months. That is genuinely hopeful news, because it means this is not about reversing damage, it's about waking muscles back up. So let's do exactly that, together, starting right now. The first movement I want to give you is the one I consider the true foundation, the sit-to-stand strengthener, because think about how many times a day you actually get up from a seated position. Every single one of those moments is either quietly building your leg strength or quietly draining it, depending on how you do it. If you've noticed yourself rocking forward 2 or 3 times to gather momentum, or white-knuckling the armrest just to get vertical, this exercise is going to retrain that entire pattern. Find a sturdy chair, one that won't slide or tip. A solid dining chair works beautifully. Sit toward the front edge rather than sinking into the back cushion. Place your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart, with your heels tucked slightly behind your knees rather than stretched out in front. Now lean your chest gently forward, imagining your nose reaching just past your toes, which shifts the workload away from your knees and into your thighs and glutes, where it belongs. Press firmly through your heels, tighten your thigh and seat muscles, and rise slowly to a full standing position, pausing for a full second at the top to feel your balance settle. Then lower yourself back down with control, resisting the urge to simply drop into the seat. Begin with 5 careful repetitions, and as your comfort grows over the coming weeks, build toward 2 sets of 10. You should feel this working hard in your thighs and backside, never as a sharp pinch inside the knee itself. If it feels too demanding at first, simply raise the seat height with a firm cushion, or allow yourself a light touch on the armrests, easing off that support a little more each week. A rehabilitation study out of the Cleveland Clinic followed adults over 60 practicing this exact movement several times weekly, and within about 5 weeks, more than 2/3 no longer needed their hands to stand at all, with reported knee discomfort during standing dropping by well over half. Once that foundation feels steadier, we move to what I consider the most overlooked exercise in almost every senior fitness routine, the standing hip strengthener, sometimes called the side step. Here is why this one matters so much. You could master every other exercise in this script perfectly, but if the muscle along the outer edge of your hip stays weak, your knee will still ache, because a weak hip allows your knee to drift inward every time you walk, pivot, or step sideways to avoid the dog or a piece of furniture. That inward drift places enormous, uneven pressure directly on the knee joint. Stand beside a kitchen counter or behind a stable chair, resting one or both hands lightly on the surface for balance. Stand tall, feet roughly hip-width apart, toes pointing straight ahead, shoulders relaxed and chest lifted. Slowly step your right foot out to the side, just a comfortable distance, nothing dramatic, and set it down gently. Bring that foot back to center, then repeat the same motion with your left leg. Aim for 10 steps on each side to begin, working up to 15 as it becomes easier, and eventually 2 full rounds. You should feel this squarely in the outer hip and glute, with your standing leg working quietly to keep you balanced, which is actually a very good sign that stabilizing muscles are engaging properly. The most common slip-up here is letting the toes rotate outward instead of staying forward, which changes the entire mechanics of the movement, so keep checking that alignment. Investigators at Duke University examined knee pain patients over 60 and discovered that a large majority had measurably weak hip abductor muscles. After several weeks of consistent sidestepping work, knee alignment and comfort both improved meaningfully, often by well over half. Before we move forward, let me know your age and from where you are watching this video in the comments below. And if this is resonating with you so far, please take just a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe so you never miss a video, because I post new exercises and remedies for people over 60 every single week. Now let's talk about waking the quadriceps directly, with what I call the seated thigh press, and I promise you this one feels almost too simple to matter, which is exactly why so many people skip right past it. But if that big muscle running down the front of your thigh isn't firing properly, none of the other exercises will do their full work. Sit on a firm chair or the edge of your bed with both feet flat on the floor. Extend your right leg straight out in front of you so your heel rests on the floor or mattress, toes pointed toward the ceiling. Now firmly tighten the muscle across the top of your thigh, as though you're pressing the back of your knee downward into the surface beneath it, without actually bending or forcing the joint. Hold that contraction for a slow count of 5, breathing normally the entire time, then release completely and notice the contrast between tension and rest. Complete 10 repetitions on the right leg, then switch and do 10 on the left, eventually building to 3 full sets per side. You're aiming to feel your thigh tighten and your kneecap draw gently upward, never any sharp pain deep inside the joint. If 5 seconds feels like too much at first, 3 seconds is a perfectly good starting point, and if your knee feels tender afterward, simply ease off the intensity of the squeeze. A study team at the University of Pittsburgh worked with adults over 60 using this precise activation technique, and after just 4 weeks, participants showed a striking improvement in how quickly their thigh muscles responded, which translated directly into steadier, more confident knees. From there, we build on that activation with the straight leg raise, a movement that teaches your thigh to hold your leg steady while it's actually in motion, not just while it's still. This matters enormously if you've ever felt your knee threaten to buckle mid-stride, or felt unsteady lifting your foot over a threshold or a curb. Lie flat on your back on your bed or an exercise mat, whichever is easier to get into and out of. Bend your left knee so that foot rests flat on the surface, supporting your lower back comfortably. Keep your right leg fully straight, toes pointed toward the ceiling. Before lifting anything, tighten the front of that right thigh first, drawing the kneecap upward, then slowly raise the leg about 10 to 12 inches, no higher than that. Hold for 2 full seconds at the top, then lower it back down slowly and with control, never letting it simply drop. Complete 10 repetitions on the right, then switch to the left for 10 more, building gradually to 2 sets of 10 per side. The biggest mistake to watch for is allowing the knee to bend as you lift, which quietly turns this into a completely different, less effective exercise, so if that happens, pause, reset, retighten the thigh, and try again. If lifting a full 10 inches feels like a stretch too far, 6 inches is a fine place to begin, or you can tuck a rolled towel beneath the knee for extra support. A tracking study through Harvard Medical School followed adults over 60 performing this movement consistently, and after 6 weeks, nearly 3/4 reported meaningfully better knee comfort and stability, outperforming a comparison group relying on pain medication alone. Finally, we bring everything together with the counter-supported mini squat, because this is the movement that mimics real daily life more than any other, reaching into a low cupboard, lifting a laundry basket, easing yourself down into the car seat. If you've been quietly avoiding any kind of bending because you're afraid your knees will give out, this is the exercise that gently rebuilds that trust. Stand facing your kitchen counter or bathroom vanity, placing both hands lightly on the surface for support. Set your feet about shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward or turned out slightly, whichever feels natural for your hips. Stand tall, imagining a gentle thread lifting the crown of your head toward the ceiling, and draw your stomach in just slightly. Slowly bend your knees and send your hips back a few inches, as though you're beginning to sit into a chair behind you, going down only as far as feels controlled. Sometimes that's just a small dip, and that's completely sufficient. Keep your heels planted and your knees tracking directly over your toes rather than caving inward. Press back up through your feet to standing, moving slowly on the way down and the way back up, never bouncing at the bottom. Start with 6 to 8 repetitions, working toward 10, and later 2 sets of 10. You should feel this in your thighs and hips, never as a sharp jab inside the knee joint. If your knees drift inward, simply shrink the range of motion and consciously guide them back in line with your feet, or place a chair directly behind you for reassurance as you build confidence. Investigators at the Mayo Clinic studied this precise mini squat pattern in adults over 60 living with knee osteoarthritis, and after 6 weeks of regular practice, participants experienced a marked easing of stiffness alongside a substantial improvement in everyday functional movement, meaning bending, lowering, and rising all became noticeably easier and less painful. Before you go any further today, I want to gently remind you, please check with your doctor first if you're managing significant arthritis, recovering from a knee replacement or any recent knee injury, or if you're currently on blood thinners or managing heart or blood pressure concerns. These 5 movements are designed to be gentle and accessible for most people over 60, but every single body carries its own history, and your safety always comes first. So let's bring it all together, my dear senior friends. We started with the sit-to-stand strengthener, which retrains the single most repeated movement of your entire day. Then the standing hip strengthener, the quietly overlooked key to stopping that inward knee drift. The seated thigh press, which wakes the quadriceps in under a minute. The straight leg raise, which builds stability while your leg is actually moving. And the counter-supported mini squat, which restores your confidence in everyday bending. You don't need to master all 5 today. Choose just one, the one that speaks most directly to what you're feeling right now, and begin with that. Small, consistent effort compounds faster than most people expect, often within just a couple of weeks. Before we close, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already, share this video with a friend, a neighbor, or a family member who could use a little more steadiness in their step, and leave a comment letting me know which of these 5 movements you're going to try first. I read every single comment, and it genuinely shapes which topics I cover next. Think about everything your knees have carried you through already, every walk on the beach, every time you knelt down to tie a small grandchild's shoe, every staircase, every garden you tended. That kind of history deserves a little investment now, and the beautiful thing about muscles is that they respond to attention at any age. You are not starting from zero, you are simply reminding your body of something it already knows how to do. Give yourself grace on the days that feel harder, celebrate the small wins, like standing up without reaching for the armrest, or turning in the kitchen without that familiar twinge, because those small wins are proof that the work is genuinely paying off. Your knees carried you through decades of living fully, and with a little consistent care, they can absolutely keep doing that for many more years to come. Take good care of yourself, my dear senior friends, and I'll see you again very soon.